I often talk about how Oblivion is my favourite Elder Scrolls game. However, I realised a few days ago that it's actually been years since I sat down and simply played Oblivion for enjoyment. Whilst I frequently loaded up Oblivion for the sake of acquiring footage, it's been quite a long time since I last attempted to enjoy the game. So today, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit down and play Oblivion for a few hours, and at the end of the video I'm going to answer this question: is Oblivion as good as I originally thought? And entailed in that question is the exploration of how far my nostalgia has actually distorted my view of the game. Anyway, the following footage will be the salient highlights of me playing Oblivion for a few hours, condensed into 15-20 minutes, and then at the end of the video I'll summarise my thoughts. I'm going to just try and experience Oblivion in as vanilla a way as possible, and I'm going to try and do it as close to my first ever playthrough and how I vaguely remember that. I don't remember it perfectly, but what I do remember is that I was this Argonian. But we're going to make this guy as ugly as possible. Here we are.
You. I've seen you.
Have you seen me?
Let me see your face. You are the one from my dreams.
What, your nightmares?
Then the stars were right. And this is the day. Gods give me strength.
Yeah, I go my own inbred way.
But what path can be avoided whose end is fixed by the almighty gods?
Close this one. There's no way to open it from the others.
I just can't get enough of it. Look how beautiful I am.
Close up left. Protect the Emperor. The train whoa! The captain's down.
We'll go in from the back. Oh, we take all of their stuff. There we go. Nice. Oh, look how, oh my god, look how big my hood is. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we look better with the hood. It covers up part of our face, but if any of you have seen Aquaman, there's this guy in Aquaman whose head is just absolutely abnormally large, and it kind of reminds me of that. Like, this is a custom-made hood just for my massive head. One of the things I like about the Oblivion dungeons is they always used to, like, I always used to be intimidated when I'd go in them, if that makes any sense, so I'd always try not to go in them if possible, because I was honestly that, not afraid, but just sort of, as I said, intimidated. Probably because I was quite young at the time. And the classic Oblivion lockpicking system. I actually really like this system. I thought it was better than the Skyrim one because I thought it actually took more skill. Like, it's not just chance as to whether or not you find the sweet spot. And also I preferred the magic system in Oblivion to Skyrim because you could casting spells weren't equipped, if that makes any sense. Which is something that I particularly liked. Oh, that failed miserably. Also, I like how the intro gave you the option to sort of experiment with heavy armor and stuff like that. So, with the Skyrim introduction, I felt like it was more, you were just sort of thrown into the world almost instantaneously, and the variety of it. Whereas in Oblivion, you were sort of gradually introduced, so you can just instantly pick up some Imperial armor straight away, sort of thing. It felt more traditional, I guess. I also think it felt more rewarding when you actually found armor and stuff, because I don't know, maybe it's just nostalgia. I think nostalgia probably is a big part of tainting my view, I guess. A lot of people have commented on that in the past about how you know, my nostalgia tends to construct my opinions in a certain way. It felt more RPG-ish in Oblivion. Like, you had to construct your character in a certain way, as opposed to sort of being able to become the best of the best in various different ways. I know that, is it Zarkon? He's not a big fan of Skyrim at all. He prefers the traditional RPG games. I was listening to, I think, a podcast or something the other day saying that it's characteristic of the older RPGs for you to project yourself onto the character. So usually you fashion the character in its own way, more customization, more you have to construct them in a certain way. Whereas with the more modern games, because of the better technology, they're able to almost do that for you. So it's less about your imagination interacting with the game, it's more you're supplied with the character, because the studio has the means and ability to be able to do that, whereas in the past the graphics and stuff was a limiting factor, so they themselves would have to say, look, you're going to have to use your imagination a little bit. I think that's true for Oblivion, kind of. It seems almost a compromise between the two. Yes, you're kind of told who you are and what the point of your character is, but at the same time a lot is left up for your imagination. And again, that could be my nostalgia talking for me there, because when I was young, when I played this, my imagination interacted with it a lot, whereas probably wouldn't be the case now. But then again, there's a question of, can I really assess it now on objective terms, because I know what's going to happen, so I'm not interested, but it's not an objective playing experience, because I'm whizzing through this because I know what to do. And I remember I loved this bit of the game because I actually got stuck on this bit so many times in my first playthrough. The beginning dungeon actually felt hard, whereas with Skyrim, you could, unless you're playing a legendary difficulty right off the bat, you were basically you could whiz through. Whereas with this, I struggled to kill that shaman so much. I wonder if I can do it now. I think the idea is to aggro the shaman last. So we haven't aggroed him yet, so we can go over, perhaps do some sneak damage. It's also interesting how they've got rat pens as well. Yeah, this guy's kind of OP, I think. Oh shit, we're out of arrows. Nice, we got him. Whenever I just open that, I just see this guy's fat face. With my old microphone, the Blue Yeti, you could pick up literally everything. You know, I could click my finger 200 meters away and that'd be picked up as if I'd done it right next to the mic. Whereas with this, from what I've seen, it tends only to pick up with your voice, and less so your mouse, at least from my experimentation that's been the case. Oh, here we are. Oh, whoops, accidentally attacked him.
Damn it, it's that prisoner again. Kill him. He might be working with the assassin.
He says that as I'm wearing an assassin's robe.
He is not one of them. He can help us. He must help us. They cannot understand why I trust you. They've not seen what I've seen. How can I explain? Listen, you know the Nine, how they guide our fates with an invisible hand.
So we get to choose now, don't we? And this is part of the process of you sort of whittling down your character and really sort of getting into the role playing. I think I know if I were Fudge Muppet, I would go for the Atronach, but I'm not. And I think the first one I ever went for, as I said, I'm going to try and be as truthful to my first playthrough as possible, was the Shadow. So we'll go for that.
The signs I read show the end of my path. My death, a necessary end, will come when it will come.
Okay, so we just got that mission from Joffrey, and as I was saying before, I think one of the really cool things about Oblivion is that you're not really the main protagonist. It could be argued, oh shit, no, we don't want to do that. It could be argued that Martin is effectively. This game could have easily been made from the viewpoint of Martin Septim, but it wasn't, and instead you're this hero, and you very much make your own destiny. Yes, that is us making our own destiny.
Come on, run while there's still time. The guard still holds the road, but it's only a matter of time before they're overwhelmed.
These voice actors, like, I don't know how they didn't stop themselves from just pissing themselves as they were voice acting. It's so over the top.
God's blood. You don't know, do you? Deidre overran Kvatch last night. There were glowing portals outside the walls, gates to Oblivion itself. I'm getting out of here before it's too late. They'll be here any minute, I'm telling you. Run when you can!
That voice acting is just so unbelievably over the top. I don't understand how someone can voice act like that. Really, it's an art. Anyway, we have to go into Kvatch and obviously save Martin. I always thought it was a little bit disappointing though with Oblivion. Obviously, it was limited by the technology of the time, but that Kvatch didn't get somehow rebuilt or something throughout the game. Of course, there are loads of mods you can download, but personally I've never really delved into that, but it's something I'd like to see, a rebuilt Kvatch. Here we are, and of course I stole loads of stuff from Joffrey's chest, so I actually have some decent armour now, or half decent armour, and half decent weapons. To be fair, we should probably be using this Goblin Shaman staff.
Stand back, civilian. This is no place for you. Get back to the encampment at once. You want to help? You're kidding, right? If you're serious, maybe I can put you to use. It'll likely mean your death, though.
Oh, this staff's actually pretty good. I've never really used this staff before when I've played the game, but it's actually quite good. But I remember I was always so intimidated to go in these, kind of like the dungeons, but I hated going into Oblivion gates.
Show me what you've got.
Oh, it's run out of charge, of course. Is this guy going to speak to me, or...?
Thank the Nine. I never thought I'd see another friendly face. The others... taken. They were taken to the tower. I'm getting...
See, this guy's kind of a coward. Like, you've been sent in, and this stranger comes in, rescues you, and as a soldier, you instantly just want to defect and leave. So I'm going to ask him to help me. I think that's the first thing I did, because it seems like the thing to do.
You're right. You're right. I can't just leave poor Menion to his fate. If he's still alive, we've got to try to save him.
There's a 90% chance he will die.
Right. Lead the way.
I've never managed to keep this guy alive, ever. Oh my god, what's happening to my camera? It's my big head. But yeah, I've never managed to keep this guy alive, so I'm not optimistic. But the worst thing about Oblivion, as I said, I was always sort of intimidated by it, is the fact that it's so hard to actually, or in the past I found it so hard, to actually close the Oblivion gates, because the Oblivion is such a maze. But I'm just going to see if we can just sort of run through here, sacrifice that guy. But I'm 90% sure you can just run through like the entire Oblivion without actually fighting anyone. I think that the quest I hated most in Oblivion was the one where you had to go through every Oblivion portal to rescue all the cities. I honestly hated that quest. I love Oblivion, but I just despised that quest particularly because I just hated going to Oblivion so much. There we go. Oh my god, no way. Okay, here we are again. I'm not going to jump to my death this time. Just got to survive. And now these guys are going to think I'm an absolute beast.
Close the gate. I knew you could do it. I need you to come with us. You've got far more combat experience than these men.
No, don't kill me. Holy shit, we just died again. No! Oh no, you're kidding me, that's my last save. Oh, that's such a joke. So this is the point where we actually get to meet Sean Bean, aka Martin Septim.
I heard about how you helped the guard drive the Daedra back. Well done. Emperor's son? I don't know. It's strange. I think you might actually be telling the truth.
This is the Daedra attack at the Priory, isn't it?
Help! You must help! They're killing everyone at Waynon Priory.
Yeah, this is when the Mythic Dawn attack.
I do not fear death.
I could use a hand here.
Oh shit.
No!
No, oh my god, no, don't kill me, Martin. I didn't mean to do that. Oh dear, not killed by Martin Septim. Shit, this is supposed to be the guy we're protecting. How do we make him calm down? Look, Martin, calm down. Martin, calm down, come on. No, you're not attacking me as well. Oh my god, who the hell is this guy? Oh no, we died. Shit. You know what, I might try and join the Dark Brotherhood. Obviously we still got Martin following, so oh, it's Mike. They'll ask you to meet in a tavern down here. But what I might do is I kind of want to see what happens if I join with Martin following me. So I might kill someone and then join. So if we just kill like a stable hand or something.
Hail.
If I like bring Martin into here and tell him to wait here.
Unless you need... I've put myself...
Okay, he can wait there.
I suppose I have a moment. What is it?
I'm just going to quick save.
What's going on? I give up.
Oh shit, she left. Okay, that didn't really work.
Hey, come on now. There's no need to get violent.
And Martin didn't see me, that's perfect. And now I can join the Dark Brotherhood.
Unless you...
So all we have to do is sleep, I think.
Well now.
Oh shit.
What do we...
We'll just have to run away. And Martin obviously didn't see, so he's not annoyed. Oh my god, look how pale we are. And this guy won't follow us forever, so... Come on, stop following me. I also remember as well the first time, when I first played Oblivion, I didn't know you could fast travel. So I thought you had to walk everywhere. And so I remember walking for the first time from, I think it was Kvatch. Because I'd walked from Wayne and Priory... No. So I'd walked from there to Wayne and Priory. And then I think I'd walked back, or I remember walking from this direction. But anyway, I thought you couldn't really fast travel, so I just... Oh no, so I thought these weren't discovered, so I thought I had to walk to discover these places. And so I walked the entire way from Belt Kvatch to the Imperial City, and it felt so rewarding to actually get there. And obviously that isn't the case now. Now I know, a few years later. But I need somewhere to sleep, so I might go to that inn. I know there's an inn due east of here, or west of us even. And I'll sleep there, and then hopefully join the Dark Brotherhood. Okay, so I've just checked on the wiki, and it says you have to be sleeping in a secure location, which by that I mean a private location. I don't think it stipulates anyone has to follow you. So what I might do is go somewhere... Well, the thing is, I'm going to be aggroed by the guards wherever I go. But I know there's a bed, like, out here somewhere or something, so I'll go there. Or maybe I could sleep here. Does this count as secure? I don't know.
You sleep
Apparently it does.
For a murderer. That's good. You'll need a clear conscience for what I'm about to propose.
Yep, so I think I'm going to join straight up. It's interesting because we've still got Martin following us. I'm going to see if we can kill Rufio with him still with us. Martin, just stand there while I murder this dude, please. And let's just sleep in his bed. Next to his dead body.
So, the deed is done. How do I know this? You'll find that the Dark Brotherhood...
Okay, here we are. I'm about to enter the Dark Brotherhood with... Well, firstly we're naked. But secondly we're with Martin Septim, the Emperor's son. Move out of the way, Martin. Come on. We've got important business to do.
What is the color of...
Martin, do you know? Oh, what? Martin can't come in? Oh, no, that sucks. But he was allowed to see the initiation ceremony, to see the password into the secret sanctuary, and he was allowed to witness both my murders, so that's pretty cool. And obviously Martin's a cool guy, so he's not going to snitch on the Dark Brotherhood, even if he is the Emperor's son. Yes. Look how much larger my head is. So I realised a lot of things by taking the time to simply sit down and play Oblivion. One of the first things is that it doesn't feel the same as when I first played the game, and that's a pretty obvious difference. I don't have that same feeling of wonder because I know what's going to happen next. But despite that, I still felt interested after all those years. There were loads of small details that I'd missed. So, for example, that attack on Wayne and Priory, that was something of a surprise. I knew once I'd seen it what was happening, but it was just a detail of the plot that I forgot. So I think it's true to say, personally, that I did still enjoy playing Oblivion, even though I didn't have the same feeling I had when I first played the game. But I sincerely doubt that I could ever sit down and replay Oblivion fully again. Although I played for a few hours today, I doubt that I'd be able to actually play Oblivion fully because I wouldn't be able to justify doing so. There are so many other RPGs, modern RPGs, that I could be playing, and so I don't think Oblivion is that good and that worth playing personally for me to dedicate so much time to playing it again. I've already played it too many times from my own point of view. But then again, I remember when I played Morrowind for the first time a couple of years ago. Despite the game being so outdated, I was enthralled, and I think it's easily one of the best Elder Scrolls games. So if I was putting myself in the shoes of someone who's a fan of Skyrim and maybe Morrowind, but has never played Oblivion, then for them it would be extremely worthwhile playing the game. It's just from my personal point of view, I'm too familiar with the game, and it doesn't excite me enough to allow me to play it fully again and actually enjoy it. I genuinely found it hard at times to be interested in what was going on. I don't know if that came across in the footage, but there were moments when I was talking for the sake of talking, or where my emotions were slightly forced. So to conclude, I think I would say that I have mixed feelings about Oblivion. It's still my favourite because I can recognise its many positives, and I can also recognise the feeling that I had when I first played the game. It wouldn't be right to judge Oblivion because my viewpoint now is no more objective than when I first played the game. I think my first playthrough of the game is a better benchmark to judge Oblivion by. But it's sad because I don't feel like I engage with the game as I once did. Making this video has been both informative and sad because it's really hammered home that you can only really enjoy a game fully once. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. If you haven't played Oblivion yet, then I implore you to do so. Anyway, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.